Hello. And welcome.
Oh, we're starting? We're starting.
I don't know. I thought that's what you're trying to do. It's trick me.
No, I usually
trick me up.
I didn't even think about that. Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Katie.
And this is KR.
Compares.
I'm running out of ways. There's really only...
There's not a lot of ways to try
that.
and do it differently.
That's true. So welcome to episode... I don't know what episode this is going to air. So episode after 10. Today we're comparing... What are we comparing, Katie? That's right, Katie. We are comparing peanut butter cups. Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, peanut butter cups. We only have a few to choose from right now, but as it turns out, there are quite a lot of variety now of the peanut butter cups. Starting with Reese's. In general. I mean, as a...
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the order we're taking, but you choose the order. Did you choose an order?
Yeah, I thought we'd do chronologically.
Oh, she's already done her research.
Yeah, I did.
Which is good, because we're already filming, so it's good that the research is done.
But before we do that, don't forget to like and subscribe and, comment on...
Whatever you like.
Yeah.
Her eyeshadows, my beard. Things you like. Perhaps the food. Really, we should focus on the food. But, how do you feel about Reese's? How do you feel about peanut butter cups?
I love them. I mean, chocolate and peanut butter is perfect match.
Better than chocolate and raspberry?
I mean, that Tim Tam was really good with the chocolate and raspberry, but...
Tim Tam's good.
No, I mean, maybe it's also just growing up in the United States, we have so many things that are flavored with, peanut butter.
Peanut butter's
Because it's not really a thing in,
Yeah.
Well, in Italy, when I had my host mom, she had never had that before, so...
What, peanut butter and chocolate together? Or just peanut butter?
Just peanut butter.
She's never had peanut butter?
Well, not really. She'd be like, why are you having a sandwich?
It's... Oh, like a peanut butter jelly?
Mm-hmm.
But she had jelly. Well, I guess...
Well, they had marmalade. But okay. No, I didn't do it with that. I actually did it with Nutella, which, again, was basically like a Reese's.
That's still
but, on bread.
Nutella, before they changed the
formula.
The formula a couple of years ago, was just the best.
But there's lots of different Nutella-esque spreads now, so we can always
look at that too. Maybe that's another comparison. I love peanut butter. If you're allergic, I'm sorry. Still watch this episode. This is actually fantastic. Reese's are probably my favorite candies. It's up there with Zeros and Caramellos. If you ever had Zero Bar, that's actually really good too.
They are really good.
But I don't know. I've had a lot of Reese's. I like peanut butter. I like chocolate. And I mean, peanut butter is just good for you in general too, for the most part, right? I mean, it's calorically dense, but it's full of protein.
I mean, it's a decent amount of protein. It's decent fat to keep you full.
Yeah. Heck, we even have powdered protein, like literally powdered peanuts, rather.
Yeah.
Which is just great and mixed in whatever. Anyway, so what do we have today? We have 4 varieties of
that
peanut butter
we were
cups.
able to get at, the local Kroger. So trying to get things that are probably in a lot of supermarkets. So we have Justin's, we have Theo's, we have Reese's, and then we have Unreal.
So 3 of them are named after dudes.
Yes.
Okay.
Funny thing is, Theo's, no one is named Theo. The founders are not. None of them are named Theo.
Do they have a kid named Theo?
I don't know. I couldn't find that, but Justin's is actually named after the founder, whose name is Justin.
We should touch on these as we get into them. What do we need to know about peanut butter cups in general? Or is there nothing to know? And we can just dive right in.
I think we could just dive right in.
So our plan is to have half of a cup so that we don't...
First off, we're not gorging ourselves. And also so that if we need to take an extra bite to compare... We can easily to compare the flavors. Because I imagine these are going to be very similar. And we'll get into this with our first set of peanut butter cups in just a second. And we're back. I feel like that's how you always do it.
That is kind of how I always do it. We have Reese's versus Unreal. Well, maybe not versus, but compared side by side with Unreal. Reese's.
So, okay, I'm guilty of this too. I always say Reese's.
Reese's.
And it's I always think Reese's Pieces, and that's not how you're supposed to say it because it's literally Reese's Pieces.
Yes.
Vice versa. So it's named after a guy.
Named Reese.
No, that was his last name. His name was H.B.
So yes, so I'm not wrong.
Yes,
He's named after a guy named Reese.
Yeah, but I mean, Reese could also be a first name. So regardless. So, H.B. Reese, he actually was a former employee of Hershey's. So he was like dabbling with creating his own candies or whatever in like the early 20s.
1920s.
1920s.
1720s.
Oh, I guess yeah, because we're now in.
I know we're in the 20s.
Yes, no. So in the 1920s, he was kind of dabbling around with it, and then he actually made the first Reese's peanut butter cups in 1928 using Hershey's for the coating. But he was like a completely separate.
Did he steal the coating?
No. I think he was probably on like good terms or whatever, and they had an agreement where he could use their coating for his like peanut butter center stuff. I guess he had his own company, but
Hershey's must own Reese's now.
They do.
Okay.
So they have since 1964. So this is indeed the oldest that we could find.
I mean, this was made recently. They were designed in 1964.
Yes. So I know we've also talked about, because they always seem to be coming out with something new with Reese's, that we're like, maybe we should try all the Reese's. They have over 100 different types of things.
I've seen big cups, and fast breaks are amazing.
Those are delicious. They have
pretzel.
They also have like, you can buy just the like filling as like a spread. It's delicious.
Is it good? The filling is good.
The filling is.
Because it's not. The filling's not just peanut butter. It's got to have like a couple other things in it.
It's sugary too, but they have a lot of things.
Okay.
So they have it not only like for a lot of these varieties. They have like the classic milk chocolate. They have dark chocolate, and then they have white chocolate as the coating. For the most part, the peanut butter cups are gluten-free. So these are gluten-free. Most of their varieties are gluten-free. There are some that, like, of the seasonal shapes that may...
Oh, that's right. They do, like, shaped ones, too. Okay. Yeah,
they have ones for the heart, for Valentine's Day. They don't look like hearts. They look like something else. But they do. But I would say, like, if you are gluten intolerant or have some food sensitivities, maybe just double check those particular things. But you should be fine. The general
Reese's.
Yeah,
Reese's
those should be fine.
Should be. Okay. Now, anything else about Reese's?
No.
Now, what do we know about Unreal?
So, Unreal, the headquarters is actually in Boston.
Nice.
Founded in 2010. Believe that's when their peanut butter cups rolled out, which is why they're coming, in this group instead of the next group.
Okay. Wait, you said the peanut butter cup came out when? What was it?
I couldn't find the exact year for that, but I know the company came out in 2010.
Okay.
So
that's quite recent.
Yeah, so there wasn't a whole lot to, like history and stuff on their website. You can order directly from the Unreal Snacks website, or you can go to like Kroger.
So they do more than just peanut butter cups?
Yeah. So their whole thing is that they're trying to pare down the ingredients, have simpler ingredients like cane sugar, trying to things that are vegan, non-GMO, fair trade if possible, no soy in there, kosher. So they have like a slew of like different certifications on there, and it looks like they only have 5 grams of sugar per cup as opposed to whatever the traditional
22.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a big difference.
That is a big difference. Well, interesting. It says like, it has cane sugar, cocoa butter, organic peanuts, organic cane sugar, organic palm oil, organic peanut flour, organic blue agave inulin. So, I mean, it's not like, it does have some seed oils in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I figured they probably need to do that for the structural integrity of maybe
that can make
chocolate
sense.
Or something.
Citric acid to maintain freshness. Interesting. I wonder if people see like citric acid and go, oh, okay, that's questionable. But then it's like, it's just for fresh. It's a freshness thing. Okay. 135 milligrams of salt, 40 milligrams of sodium in this one, 210 calories for 1 cup. Oh no, 1 package. So it's 105 then calories for 1 cup versus 80 calories for 1 cup, which is 1 cup, or actually total. Oh, that's 12 grams. So the package is 42 grams, so half of that is 21 grams as opposed to 15 grams. So admittedly, pound for pound, they're probably actually very similar. Okay. Is there anything else we need to know?
Well, another fun fact. So, Tom Brady used to be, on the Patriots. So
I am familiar with that, being from Boston.
Exactly. It was kind of a big deal for a while.
Yeah, every time the Pats won anything,
They shut down everything for the victory parade, and you couldn't go anywhere.
Couldn't get to class. Couldn't cross the street. Between that and the marathon, man. They you gonna go to the marathon? No, I don't. I don't want to go to the marathon. My friend's running in it. That's great. That seems miserable. I don't want to watch someone be out of breath for 6 hours.
Well, I mean, it's another achievement, but
I can't do it, and therefore I don't want to feel bad about watching other people do it and succeed places that I couldn't do.
Okay, so anyway, back to Brady.
Yes.
So Brady is or was an investor for Unreal, because you know how he has like very, very strict dietary.
No, I am not aware of Brady's diet.
So he's like vegan and all this. They remember there was lots of like talk about what
I don't watch sports. We're actually filming this during the Super Bowl.
Okay, so anyway, it's a thing that people know, and I guess he did invest. I don't know if he's currently an investor, but for this company.
Okay.
He also had some. I think for one Halloween promotional thing, he had autographs in like some of the packages, and it was like kind of like random surprise.
Like a golden ticket, but less interesting.
Yeah. Well, some people think it's important. I don't know. I mean, don't yuck someone's yum.
No, and that's fine. This is your jam. Absolutely, that's fine. Get happy, enjoy it. I don't get it personally, but I mean, neat, I guess. It's like the prize at the bottom of a Cracker Jacks box, which used to be better. That's another issue.
Well, that's because now they're mostly paper
just
things.
mostly
They don't want people to, like, probably too many kids choked on something.
I mean, you know what? I'm not going to make that.
On that note, we're going to try these.
We're going to dive right into our Reese's here. Now, I don't know if you've never had a Reese's. There was a really good, like a Reddit or 4chan or some post where someone had talked about they had gone to school with somebody who was allergic to peanuts, and one day he got fed up.
And he just tried it?
Elementary school, and he ate a peanut butter cup, said that's fantastic, and immediately hit himself with the EpiPen. Still had to go to the hospital, but just to try it once. All right, Reese's peanut butter cup. I mean, it smells.
There's a lot of peanut to coating.
Well, yeah,
like
I hope as much.
I mean, what I'm saying is it's not mostly, like, you have a good amount of filling.
My mother would eat these, and she would take one cup, and she would just nibble. All right, so she should take 10 minutes to eat one of these things. And I always found that intensely annoying. Just eat the cup.
Okay.
Go ahead. That is delightful.
Super sugary.
Yep, so much sugar. God, I love that.
Delicious.
I mean, it's thick. It stays on your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
But it's chewy with the right outer texture, kind of crunch. The ridges do add something interesting to it. Why do they always have the ridges?
Mm-hmm.
So they made them in like little muffin tin kind of things, probably. Who knows?
I don't really know. I mean, they didn't have any fun facts about it.
About
saying, in 1964 we had bridges. It's not like anything like that. Oh, they're individually packaged.
Yeah, that seems like a waste, honestly. Look, I'm for.
I mean, I guess it'd be good if you were like packing it in your kids' can someone tell me if you have children? Can you even bring these on school property anymore? Because like there's so many nut-free, like other kinds of things like that.
Look, I understand for some things. I used to work with a guy who was violently allergic to shellfish, and one of our coworkers, and we worked in a smallish office together, and one of our coworkers brought in like some lobster salad something, and he actually had to leave. Just the smell of it was enough to actually aggravate him, turn his face red. But I don't know, something like this. I mean, there are so many sensitivities. Can you really deny kids like everything?
I don't know.
Or do you have like segregated sections of like, look, peanut folks or people consuming peanuts go sit over there kind of thing? That's probably a little extreme. So I guess with these, we'll just each have one, since these are actually much smaller.
They are smaller, and I will also say, so the classic Reese's is a milk chocolate base. I think everything else we're going to try has dark chocolate. We couldn't find like a milk chocolate variety.
Yeah. And just for comparison's sake, it is a good bit. I mean, the sushi says actually you can
just use that one.
Do this one here, but you can see this actually significant size difference. Well, no, that's
those are the same. I was trying to help you.
We have.
It's so cute.
Oh, it says Unreal on the back.
Oh yeah.
but they are.
Oh, you know why they also did it probably that way is because it doesn't have the paper.
It doesn't have the paper.
Yeah. It still has the ridges, but doesn't have the paper.
Well, interesting. This one actually, the filling kind of bows up and out.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. But the ridges are less pronounced on this, although it still maintains the ridges. I mean, I love the smell of dark chocolate. I don't know what.
Maybe it's just because we were also talking about the Super Bowl earlier, but I just keep thinking of that ad. Ruffles have ridges. That's all I keep thinking.
That's right. That was a thing. That was, wasn't it? All right, here we go. Unreal peanut butter cup. Oh my god.
That's a nice snap.
That's a much harder outer coating. It's actually a thicker outer coating.
It is. I know you can't see yet, but
take
our word for it.
It actually tastes more real, like more real sugar, and there's less of it.
So it's more real sugar.
That is immediately better.
So when we had the Reese's, the predominant flavor was the peanut filling. It was very like sweet peanut, like slightly salty too. Probably just because they have to balance the 22 grams of sugar that's in that. But with the Unreal, I think it's a little bit more balanced of a flavor. Maybe it even topples more into like chocolate.
It's definitely. Yeah, I mean, like the peanut butter is more of a compliment to the chocolate, I think, than the vice versa. Like with a Reese's, I feel like the chocolate is only to contain the peanut butter.
Agreed.
As opposed to the Unreal, which is immediately just superior.
I feel like the peanut filling in the Unreal is more just like for texture's sake. Like for me, it seems more about the chocolate.
Yeah, but you need both. You do need both, and they complement each other very well. And that snap on it is fantastic. Oh man, I'm
impressed.
No, Unreal. Great job. Excellent work. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our next two, Justin's and Theo's. Right after
the Battle of the Bros.
Are they bros?
Who knows?
You know.
I feel like
let's find out.
That just sounds like frat names.
All right, Theo and Justin's. Now these. So Justin's.
They look actually quite similar in their packaging styles.
Very much so. Now, Justin's. These are Justin's Reese's. Justin's Reese's. See, Justin's peanut butter cups, but this just says Theo, no apostrophe s, which makes me just think that this Reese's. They're not called Reese's. They're called peanut butter cups. Reese's is such a prevalent name. It's like Kleenex.
It is.
But okay, I was trying to make a thing about this has ownership and this one does not. Anyway, what's our story about these?
Okay, Justin's is the company was founded in 2004. They didn't roll out the peanut butter cup until 2011.
Okay.
Basically, it's all about peanut butter. So you remember, it's probably around like, I guess late high school or early college for me. They had the squeezable peanut butter.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Okay.
So like,
I don't know if I had it, but I remember it.
It's good.
Okay.
So the
next logical step.
Was that, and then also like a few years later, I think around 2018 or so, they also have variations. If you're like allergic to peanut butter, you can have like cashew butter in there. Or,
that's right. Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
Or almond butter, which I'd be interested in trying as well. Pretty much, as you can see with the back of the packaging, they say that they're USDA organic, non-GMO verified. They're Rainforest Alliance, or they're like members of that, and then they use some kind of like sustainable palm oil.
Oh, interesting. As opposed to non-sustainable palm oil.
Yeah. Well, because
that's fair. I mean, health-wise, they seem servings per container 1. So even these, like the Reese's, are designed, or you're supposed to have 2 of these. Like the whole package is, that's what the nutrition facts are for.
Compared to the Unreal, where you were only supposed to have that one
little bitty one.
Yeah.
But that one was about half of one of these. So, across the board, these are all fairly similar in terms of health, which is to say, if this was a Australian, 0.5 health star rating.
Probably. Another thing that's interesting about Justin's is that it started off in like a farmer's market kind of setting in older Colorado, and now look at them. They're in like...
They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Are they international?
Actually, don't know. I think it's predominantly like North America.
Well, that would include Canada, so yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So yes.
Yes, but I mean, when I think of I think of like going overseas.
Oh, see, to Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know about that, but they also have a lot of initiatives, like something about...
So these are the environmentalist...
both of them, yeah.
Both of them.
Well, yes, so for Theo, that came about in 2005. It's like a Seattle, Washington-based, or at least it was when it was founded. Peanut butter cups came around 2014. Mm-hmm. What I really liked about the Theo's website is they go into all of the third-party certifications that they have and like definitions about what they are. So they are also USDA organic, fair trade, non-GMO. They are kosher and they have no soy.
Interesting, because one of the third or fourth ingredient on this on Justin's is soy. Mm-hmm. Interesting. You said this one's also non-GMO?
Correct.
Okay.
And Theo's, or I want to say it's possessive. Theo's. So the Theo website also had an impact report for any like consumers to want to read through, and
interesting.
Both companies are really about transparency. So if that's important to you, of like, how do I, still have a yummy snack, but not, think about the impact of my choices of like where are they sourcing things, or the cocoa farmers, are they getting a fair wage, things like that.
Which, I mean, cocoa farming in general is actually, there's not a lot of money in that. Not that there's a lot of money necessarily in farming in general, but particularly around that coffee belt region where we farm a lot of we obtain a lot of our cocoa or our coffee. There's a lot of, actually I've heard stories, I don't know if this is true, of cocoa farmers, cocoa plant, whatever they are, plants, stopping production and moving on to other products because they're just more profitable. Cocoa farming is actually fairly intensive work, as I recall. And anyway, but right out the gate, do you have anything else to learn about these?
No, other than go check
their
them
websites.
Out and...
So the Theo's, rather the Justin's, I actually really like the look of this one. It's got that white paper, which I don't know, it just stands out to me. I don't know. It gets the dark chocolate, which is, it didn't say how dark this was. Theo's is 55%.
Theo's does tell you, so you can order like different percentages online, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, interesting. This one is also Theo's, is vaguely heart-shaped. It says Theo on the back of it, as opposed to, and it's got like this, it's like a dusted kind of
that could
color.
Just be how long it's been on the shelf, or sometimes there's a bit of separation that happens.
Yeah. Interesting.
It could happen. That could be one
I mean, I
of the
could see it
reasons.
just being like the chocolate has like this dusted coating or whatever.
I mean, it could have that too.
Interesting. This one has a bit of shine to it, the Justin's, but it resembles more of the classic Reese's style peanut butter cup.
Is it basically the same size?
Yeah, so they seem to be approximately the same, but the Theo's actually seems a bit thicker. Or it could just be because of this weird heart shape that they have at the top.
Yeah.
But the Theo's also doesn't have any, actually has a coupon on the inside.
Nice.
The Theo's doesn't have a wrapper around it. But yeah, $1 off any 3 Theo chocolate cups.
You have to buy 3 of those packs to get $1 off?
Yeah, these packs aren't cheap either. We'll get there.
Okay.
Cool. So in just a moment, we'll try these. Some of you might be wondering, why do we cut as often as we do when we could just be going straight through? And the answer is we're actually shooting the show on a DSLR, which is not designed for long-form video filmmaking. And therefore, it automatically shuts off to avoid overheating at the 12 to 15 minute mark. So, we get ourselves some ad revenue. Buy a nicer camera. Like and subscribe. On to... we'll start with the Justin's. There you go.
Thank you.
This actually has a more clean, kind of separated look. The peanut butter is a lot smoother. It doesn't smell overly strong. I actually smell the chocolate. I don't smell the peanut butter at all.
Yeah, agreed.
How's the sugar on this? We're looking at 16. So it was 22 on the Reese's, 16 on
But that's for
Justin's.
both of them, right?
Oh, that is for both of them. It'd be 8.
So then it'd be 8.
Oh, so yeah, so I guess it is still similar.
So yeah, so 11.85 for the Unreal.
Mm-hmm. And then what is this? Theo's sugar for both. Is it highlighted? It is not highlighted. Of course not. Added sugars. Total sugar is 12, which makes one of these 6.
Okay.
So this is closer. So these are closer to the Unreal in that way.
All right.
Salud.
Ching ching.
Mmm. Another really good crunch. Good snap.
The peanut butter is really good in it.
It's very smooth. The chocolate's a lot chewier. It's a harder chew. Although that aftertaste is really good.
The peanut butter is sticking to the roof of my mouth.
It's a lot stickier. Yeah, and the peanut butter texture is a lot smoother. And that is a really strong crunch. Even more so than the Unreal, I think. What do you think?
I like it. I had to wait a second because it was still like on the roof of my mouth. No, I think the
Unreal still is better?
I think the chocolate of the Unreal was snappier.
I agree. That one was just
I think
hard.
I like the filling of Justin's better than the Unreal.
Interesting. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh boy, this is where part where we start comparing them side by side, our favorites.
No, but I think so because I like the consistency of the Justin's peanut butter.
Okay.
But I haven't ruled out Unreal topping it. I don't know yet.
We're gonna reach back around for our final thoughts.
I think the chocolate was better on the Unreal.
We'll get back to that in a moment.
Okay.
So now we have our Theo. This one's interesting. The peanut butter looks more like a solid chunk of peanut. Not like a peanut, but like I don't know how to describe it.
It's almost like striations, like
something.
Like, do you ever remember?
No, I haven't forget.
In science class, did they ever do that when you were talking about like the different like layers of the Earth's core and all that stuff? And like they use like a Snickers and they
no, that sounds like a very your class specific example.
Well, no, I thought maybe it was a popular like lesson plan. Anyway,
please let us know down below. Did your 9th grade science teacher, 8th grade, 6th grade, whatever it was,
like in
middle school science teacher, when comparing the layers of the Earth, also use a Snickers bar? Did everybody get Snickers afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely. In high school, they're not going to do that. Don't care about us.
No, okay.
Doesn't Snickers have peanuts?
It does.
See,
well, way back when it was different types of soy. Yeah. So anyway, that's what it makes me think of, like, because there's clearly
delineations.
It looks like the innermost bit of the filling is like solid.
It does look very solid as opposed to.
That's it. That's all. It was just my string of consciousness. Or
I got you. You're good.
Okay.
All right, Theo. Huh. That is. Oh, wait a minute. Huh.
Is there like added salt to this?
That's what I'm wondering.
It's almost like it's not overly sweet, which I like, but it has a saltier aftertaste. Like I hit.
Yeah. Sodium, 55 milligrams for 2, as opposed to Justin, 120 milligrams for 2. No, it's not sodium.
Really?
Yeah.
Why does this one taste saltier?
No, it does. Yeah, none of the flavors in this one are particularly strong. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a lot subtler. Where's Theo based out of? It's American?
Yeah, Seattle.
Seattle? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, the chocolate's not overly strong. The peanut butter's not overly strong.
No.
And the crunch, there's not really a snap to it. It's just like a wall of chocolate and then some peanut butter. But I wouldn't
even say that's peanut butter because it doesn't. There's no give. It's like.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you have a jar of peanut butter and you're like, oh, I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, and then you like take it out
and you just eat a block of.
Yeah, like it's thick and it's just like not going anywhere. It's not.
It doesn't really melt, which means the flavor doesn't really coat your tongue.
Exactly.
Okay. Interesting.
It's not bad.
You know what? This is refreshing.
Not like if I was given this I would still eat it.
Absolutely, yeah, like you're not gonna eat it. No, that's fair. But no, I like though that we've done a handful of episodes, particularly with the Tim Tams. If you've seen either one of those two Tim Tams episodes, up there, that I think they were so similar that as to be almost inconsequential. They just taste too similar, even among like all these crazy different flavors that they have, raspberry and mint and double chocolate, whatever. They all taste kind of the same. These are actually pretty different between all of them, so you can actually pick out differences. And I think I have my favorite, and we're going to talk about that.
Oh, now I have to pick one.
Yeah. Well, she thinks we're going to take a brief moment so Katie can consider. Any other fun facts?
No.
Okay. Then on to our final thoughts. All right. For the first time in a while, I think we can actually rank these because we often have so many different options, or things are too similar or too dissimilar to reasonably give you a ranking. We've been able to rank things, I think, like our orange juice.
Yeah.
Our ramen, admittedly we only did 2 of those. Peanut butter cups is absolutely something we can also, I think, rank. Do you have an idea of your ranking? Is there one that stands out as best or worst by comparison to the others, regardless of the brand?
I mean, I really was pleasantly surprised by Unreal. It probably had the best chocolate for me. Reese's is just such a classic, and I love it.
Are you letting the name Reese's
No,
get to
I
you?
love it's so, maybe it's just the nostalgic taste, and I'm so familiar with that.
Growing up with this and getting, like, this being the favorite thing you got at Halloween every year.
It's true. I mean, everyone would fight for those. No, I
Okay.
think I'll go with Unreal. I think that will be the top for me.
That Unreal is your number 1.
Yes.
Unreal is also my number 1. Right there.
I think a close second, maybe Justin's, just because I do like the filling and it feels like it's actual peanut butter.
This is Justin's. So now we're down to Reese's.
I think, yes. Third for me is going to be the classic Reese's. Fourth
Theo.
is going to be Theo. Not that it's bad. These are all great. I would not turn any of these away if someone was like, hey, you want one of these? It just was a little too forgettable for me, and the filling, it just seemed like everything was just thick. You couldn't differentiate too much between the coating and the filling. That's what I think.
No, I mean, that's true. It doesn't really feel like a peanut butter.
No, it's like, and it's not a peanut brittle. It's not I don't know what it is. It's like a peanut solid. It's not even that it would be a peanut, but it's not a peanut.
A peanut, right?
Nice recovery.
Like,
which one are you eating now?
Theo.
Theo?
I mean, you're right. The flavor just isn't there. I don't really get the peanut butter. I mean, I like what they stand for. I'm glad that they can provide us information on their website, and I do think more companies need to do that.
Transparency is very important for consumers.
Absolutely.
So
most consumers aren't going to look at it, but it is important for the consumers that do want to see it. You know.
For me, I was actually most impressed by what they included on their website, and they were the one I wanted to try the most.
Right.
That doesn't mean that they don't have other, like, they have candy bars and they have a ton of different products, so I still will, try those. I haven't written them off.
No, I mean, it's good, but you're right. I think, especially, all right, let's talk price. Do we have prices for these?
Yes. Let me get my cheat sheet.
So we'll start with our top and work our way down.
Okay.
So, ready?
Yes.
Unreal. For a pack of, let's make sure we get this right. This is going to be the little weirder one. So it's 4.2 ounces on this, and the other ones are going to be very similar, I think, at 1.3 ounces. So this is it's actually more than twice as much.
Yeah.
So 120 grams versus 38 grams, 40 grams, and the Reese's is probably similar, 40-something grams.
42 grams.
So these three are all going to be very similar, and then we'll math out what this is going to be for probably about half as much. Or a quarter as much, or a third as much.
Yeah. So the Unreal package was $7.99.
Okay. Justin's.
The Justin's was $3.79.
Okay.
We had
Reese's,
which was $1.79. And then Theo's was $3.99.
Okay. So similar, with the exception that the Reese's is far cheaper. Although
probably because
it's
cheaper chocolate.
It's cheaper chocolate. It's less.
It's more processed.
Less fair trade, more processed, and admittedly, they probably have plants and shipping all over, like internationally. Correct. So they just have more access to this, as opposed to these. Originally started. They're less. Some of these are less than 20 years old. Having like fewer established places actually manufacture and spit these out. So
yeah.
Okay. I'm happy. I love these. Are great. I love peanut butter cups. I'm a little disappointed in the Theo, but
I would still want to try some of their other stuff.
I do want to try their stuff.
So that we can compare it.
I'm surprised Reese's wasn't the last one, to be perfectly honest. But I agree with this ranking completely.
Yeah.
If you've tried these, let us know what you think.
If there's another brand that we should have tried.
There probably is.
There are.
I love peanut butter cups, so absolutely throw some our way. Oh man, I'm going to try to finish these too. Oh,
they'll be here tomorrow.
They will not be here tomorrow. They are not going to be here tomorrow.
The Unreal.
I will say, I do wish the Unreal. I am a proponent of not wasting packaging, and I guess while you could throw this in like a lunch bag or something,
yeah,
and that's nice. I would rather this be a resealable package with just loose ones in here. Personally,
but I also think if you are trying to still have your little craving, but not eat all of it. You're thinking more about it, and you're like, oh, okay, I have to open up another one, and then I see the spoils of my decision. I don't know.
That sounds like a very, very specific problem. Like she's covered in chocolate and peanut butter, surrounded in wrappers like a crime scene.
No, I don't know. I mean, I agree though. I think, a lot of companies, especially like Justin's and Theo's, they're all like trying to think more about sustainable packaging, and that's also why like for Justin's they had the squeeze tube for their peanut butter.
Is that more efficient than just having a jar of peanut butter?
I don't know.
But I guess you can't just take a jar of peanut butter with you as a kid to
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm just
disposable.
Thinking maybe, since Unreal is also about, gluten-free, non-GMO, fair trade, all this other stuff, maybe hopefully they're also thinking of other ways to package their stuff.
That makes sense. And you know what? Kudos for trying something different.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to smash that like button and tickle that subscribe button. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter. Anything else?
Thanks for joining us.
Like, subscribe. Oh, also, you can find us on Instagram at KRCompares and at rjpfilms.com/KRCompares. There you go. And I put them right here. I'm Rob.
And I'm Katie.
And don't forget to have your pets neutered or spayed.
Take care. What are you, Bob Barker?